everyone! I'm the Mighty Blues, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Last time, we are in the middle of the class trial for Mahiru's murder. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a couple days since I've last recorded, so I don't fully remember a lot of the stuff that we've been discussing, a lot of the stuff that's been going on, but one thing I do know is that we have absolutely confirmed that Hiyoko is not the killer. If anything, in my personal opinion, I think Hiyoko is just as much of a victim in this as Mahiru. And I'm still under the suspicion that Fuyuhiko is the killer, but I do think he has an accomplice. So we're trying to figure out exactly what that is. Oh my god, are we immediately... If I would have known that there was a suspension...
Well now.
Right there, I probably would have ended the episode with that last time. I had no idea. I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I ended the last episode the way that I did is because it was 11 o'clock at night. I had work the next day, so I needed to go to bed. What? Oh my god. Sometimes my timing is impeccable. Well then, now that the class trial has reached its climax, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. Just like you did last time, Monokuma. Huh? You're gonna spoil who the killer is. If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't. That's seriously a big no-no. But spoiling right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... Yeah, you can't! Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
Correct.
Correct!
Also in German when you're surprised.
Huh? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. Yeah, I had a feeling they weren't actually going to reveal who the killer is. No, we do not save during an active recording.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
Listen, Monami, I don't save during an active recording.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hiyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Oh, that's a fair point, Chiaki, because we've already confirmed that Hiyoko only liked a certain brand, and the brand that was bought as a trap was a flavor she didn't like. So, yeah, she probably wouldn't need it. She'd just throw it away. Good catch, Chiaki. I never would have thought of that.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
Meaning that the killer was in the building even while Hiyoko... Because we've already confirmed that the killer... Well, okay, we haven't confirmed it yet, but I feel like the killer was able to escape through the shower room. So maybe they were also able to hide in there. Huh.
The killer returned to the scene of the crime after I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
Yeah, they wouldn't actually have to leave and then come back because Hiyoko would have been so traumatized by seeing Mahiru's dead body that she would have ran away and escaped anyways, thus fulfilling her job. As long as the killer was able to hide, that's all that matters.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there.
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
Wait, huh? I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking? If so, prepare the perfect product for you. Oh god, a new minigame for me to learn. No, I was thinking like, wait, okay, so then yeah, that's a good point. If Hiyoko actually did check the shower room, where could have the killer hidden themselves? Because the closet was too small to hide two people. Yeah, where did they hide? I want to know that now. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. Wait, what? It's called the logic dive. During the logic dive, you control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of a synapse course. You can move sideways with the left stick and accelerate with the right bumper button. Press left bumper to brake and press the right bumper to jump. So do I have to brake, then jump? There will be various obstacles for you to encounter as you progress through the course. Make sure you're familiar with these controls. You take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into walls. Also, upon reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. The answers split into different paths, so please proceed down the path you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course. Please be careful. Highly recommend that you make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice to you. Okay, we'll view the controls. She's right. This might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Hiyoko ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. I'm still confused by it. But also, to be fair, I've been confused by this entire trial, so... me being confused means nothing. Oh my god, is this Tempest? This looks like Tempest. Okay, so... okay, so it's just left bumper to... okay, it's just left bumper to jump. Also, apparently, the A button or the B button breaks? That's what I'm noticing. So, okay, I'll just use the B button then. Question 1. When did the killer arrive at the beach house? It must have been before Hiyoko arrived. Must be right, because, there wasn't a gap to fall in. This is interesting. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably my favorite minigame so far. Now that I'm playing this feels less like Tempest and more like, F-Zero. When did the killer leave the beach house? After Hiyoko left. It must have been. Because if it would have been before Hiyoko left, then we would have ran into the killer. They would have had nowhere to hide. Oh, these are just... okay, these are ramps. I'm like, do I have to jump? No, they're ramps. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This entire layout, at first I thought it was Tempest. No, it's basically Port Town from F-Zero. Where's the killer hiding while Hyoko's unconscious? The beach house. Because if they were hiding on the beach, then they would have seen footprints. Taking them all right. Wait, is it gonna tell me?
It's all coming together.
Oh, it does. Okay. I guess I should have assumed I got them all right because I didn't fall.
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good!
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need the answer by all means. Are we gonna do another... oh, we gotta figure out where! Place where the killer was hiding. The place where Hiyoko hasn't looked is... well, she said she already looked in the shower room. She was in the closet. Did the killer hide behind the soda machines? Or up on the ceiling? Or maybe behind this door. They'd just be outside. That's not even. Oh. I forgot that was another entrance. So it had to be behind the soda machines. Killer was hiding inside the fridge. They'd freeze. Oh.
Crap.
Wait. Then, huh? Then is it actually the shower room? We already checked the shower room. What were they actually hiding in the closet with Hiyoko? Oh my god, they actually were! What?
The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
Was it even big enough to have two people? It must have been, but like, holy shit, even I wasn't expecting that.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hiyoko knowing?
Thank you, Peko. That's what I was wondering.
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
Killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance. I can only think of one place. That's right, the place where hiding in the closet was. Oh my god, were they hiding in here?
Here!
Oh!
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
They'd have to be really freaking small to be able to hide in a surfboard case.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? Two surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place.
Oh my god.
So the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think.
Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
Oh my god, thank you, Akane! Holy shit, finally someone says it!
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Say whatever you want, even if you didn't ask. Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya!
Please do it, Akane. Please punch him as hard as you can. Please. Maybe if you punch him hard enough, it'll cure schizophrenia. I don't know how that works, but maybe.
Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right? Is the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
I can't believe Nagito is actually bringing this up because I never thought about it. Because the announcement was placed after... Was it after Kazuichi found Mahiru? So that would have been Hiyoko, Kazuichi, and then, yeah, I guess the killer.
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that. It's basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez! You're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
Woo! That's good information! Wow, Nagita's actually doing something right for once. That's good information. So it was 3 people, not including the killer. Oh my god, dude, every time I feel like I think I have this class trial figured out, I don't!
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Now then, I'll explain you the final feature in the non-stop debates. From this point forward, you will now be able to use the truth flashback. If you hold down the Y, I'm assuming that's the Y button, the shape of the reticle will change. If you aim the remark's weak spot and keep it at that position, you'll be able to memorize it. Oh yeah! This was a mechanic in the first game, I remember now. This memorized phrase can only be fired once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change to a different truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a truth or lie mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to trust your keen wits, won't you? By the way, you will not be able to agree with anyone while you're using a truth flashback. Okay, so that's good to know. Please remember that it's only effective when we're feuding points. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'm terrified. I still haven't gotten over the fact that I got 2 game overs during this so far.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and floosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
Use that person's opinion. I might be able to break through the contradiction. I think I know what I gotta do.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody
So washing it off would have been No, that's wrong.
They just needed to wash off the blood. They didn't necessarily have to use the shower.
That's what the water bottles were for! That explains why everyone was going off about, hey, all the water's gone. Because you can't wash yourself off, you can't wash blood off with soda. I mean, I'm sure there's probably going to be some TikTok trend in a year that's like, did you know that if you use Coca-Cola, you can wash blood off a murder scene? or something like that. I still remember the one where people were saying you could wash your glasses with Coke. Ugh, so disgusting. As someone who wears glasses, that sounds like nightmare fuel. But, yeah, that explains it. Because they would have been able to wash off their blood with all the water. But then how did they clean it up?
They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
Something other than the shower was used to wash off the blood. It was the drinks inside the refrigerator.
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it.
Peko! Why are you arguing?
That's impossible.
How is that impossible? It's water!
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand
Wait, huh?
that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Peko, if I remember correctly, weren't you the one who said you went out swimming? Oh, Peko. Peko, you should have kept your mouth shut. I think I know who the killer is now. Oh, bitch, you should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Now I know who it is. Trash can. It's the trash can. It's absolutely the trash can. Can already tell.
There were drinks in the beach house refrigerator.
Oh God, what the?
However,
Okay, I don't know why I thought it was the right stick.
Wash off the blood.
I can't back down.
Okay, mash buttons. How am I supposed to beat the ultimate swordswoman in a sword fight?
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible?
Oh my
there were no
God.
water bottles in the refrigerator.
Yeah, because they're on the trash can, dumbass. You sealed your fate, bitch.
There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, because even Kazuichi brought it up. Kazuichi brought up that at one point there were water bottles and now they're all gone. And then we looked in the trash can and there were all water bottles in there.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
And again, Peko was the only one who was wet when we saw her. And her argument was, oh, I went out swimming. It's time to think otherwise.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Oh, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
You should have said so sooner. Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, that person they'd be wet.
It seems you've realized who the killer is.
Yeah, I realized it too, actually.
See? Just as I thought. Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be?
The killer used plastic water bottles to wash off the blood that splattered onto them. That killer, Mahiru's killer, must be that person. It's gotta be Peko! She was the only one who was wet when we saw her! And again, I don't think I ever would have made that connection if she hadn't fucking opened her mouth and tried to argue. But Peko...
You're the only one!
Was she working with Fuyuhiko then?
Is it you?
She'd have to have been working with Fuyuhiko. It must have been Fuyuhiko's plan, and he got her to do it on his behalf. I still think these two were working together. But the real question is, why Peko?
Hey, we're you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Yep, she was all wet. That's how I was able to make the connection.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard!
Ah, of course, Fuyuhiko's gonna jump in and try to protect her. Probably because you're the one that told her to do it. That's my assumption.
You saw her at the diner. You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming.
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Oh my god, yeah, fake alibi.
Huh? After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home.
That's so not believable, Fuyuhiko. You're such a fucking terrible liar. Oh my god, no, you hired her to do the fucking job and now you're trying to cover for her.
So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on, that's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house! Fuyuhiko, you're a fucking liar! I went straight to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time!
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer!
God, Fuyuhiko, you're just making it seem more and more obvious. You're obviously cornered.
How the killer was able to leave the beach house.
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Easy, from the shower room. We already confirmed that they could get out if they were to jump high enough. But the real question is, how would Peko be able to jump high enough?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Peko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Oh, Chiaki, what you got, girl?
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
Killer's escape route. I might know what that is, or what it was. In fact, the only possible thing I can think of is that opening. The small window in the shower room.
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
Yeah, okay, littering. Makes sense.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
No, they just have to use an object.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object.
I see! You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body.
Wait, so does that mean that she used her sword? as like a thing to jump off of to get to the window and then grabbed it because she had her sword. That's the only thing she had on her when we saw her. And that technically doesn't count as littering. Is that what happened?
Huh? Peko was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object?
Okay, Kyoko, you're not supposed to... Don't ask a girl where she hides her objects, okay? There's options.
And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours!
Wait, no! I like mine! Oh, no.
No! Please don't be violent.
I rescind what I said. I like my special place. Even if the killer used an object to escape out the window, they wouldn't have been able to get rid of it. So the only thing I could think of is that the killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, focus and think. The object the killer used to escape out the window. It's gotta be her sword. But damn, she'd have to be real nimble to be able to balance on that. Is it her? Yeah, it's her bamboo sword. It'd have to be. I just want to know how she did it. How was she able to balance on that sword?
You carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly, you had it then too. Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
Sword as a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell ya? A ninja could have climbed that easily.
Yeah, but isn't she the ultimate swordswoman? She's not the ultimate ninja.
Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a step stool.
Oh my god. Really? Wait, this is a real thing?
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily use it to climb.
Well, Peko, do you have anything to say?
Now then, the time has come once again for the panic talk action. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. Huh? From this point on, you will be able to use the fever time by pressing the right bumper. If fever time is activated, the tempo will be pushed to its max. But that's not all. You won't miss during fever time either. By pressing the B button when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assault. But only until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure it's best possible to use your time. Of course, you're not only able to do... Okay, so you can fast forward and slow it down. Yeah, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit difficult to press the buttons in rhythm. So in that case, please time the rhythm not with your eyes, but with your ears and your passionate heart. Problem is, panic talk action's not very good. The rhythm is completely off. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to utilize that.
Hold on a sec, you bastard!
Wait, are we going to do PTA with Fuyuhiko and not Peko?
You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword? It would have been left in the shower room and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Fuyuhiko, why? Why are you... It's because he set her up for it. He got her to commit the killing and he's trying to cover it up. That's exactly why. Are we actually doing PTA with? We're doing it with Fuyuhiko. This makes you think Fuyuhiko is like.
That's obviously impossible. Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me. Got proof, you bastard?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Shut up! Don't fuck with me. Got proof, you bastard?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this fast forward thing because yeah, oh my god, this timing thing is so dumb. Like as soon as the tempo goes up, I'm done. So I actually gotta use the fever time.
Bastard! Shut up! Shut up!
What, I'm missing?
That's
okay,
obviously impossible.
As soon as the tempo goes up, I'm screwed.
She used the bamboo sword as a step stool.
Bamboo sword bag.
This is the end.
Wait, so then she would have used the bag to grab it? How?
Bamboo sword as a step stool. She could have recovered it with her sword bag.
How? Did she like tie it? Oh my god, she tied it.
Against the wall to use as a step stool. She tied her sword back to it.
Damn, that's smart.
And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag too. She used them both to escape. Akane said she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan.
Nagito, why do you constantly want to... Is this guy like got a fetish for murders?
Oh, you just back off!
Is it true? You killed
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Oh my god, is she just gonna confess?
Huh?
Is she just gonna confess?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
She admitted it just now, right? She admitted she's Mahiru's killer, right? But is this right? Even though Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness, at least. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
Ooh, good point, Chiaki. This is something we need to clear up because, yeah, it's got to relate to Twilight Syndrome murder case.
My motive?
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
That's a good point because Peko's last name wasn't in the credits.
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
Huh?
Justice?
In order to
protect the justice of this world.
Oh, Peko, I don't like that face you're making, girl. I don't like that face. Oh, she's a sadist for sure. Just that face alone tells me it.
I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of.
What does any of this mean? What the fuck is she talking about?
Justice is the eternal sun and the enduring moon, the protective father and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Peko!
If justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that!
It's fine, just stop it!
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
Yeah, but Peko, do you not realize you killed the smiling mother of our group? Do you not realize that? I don't think she does. I think she's been brainwashed by Fuyuhiko. I don't think she realizes that she killed the smiling mother.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
Could she be?
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete.
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? What is happening? Oh my god, why?
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky.
I hate this. What is this, dude? Oh my god, why are there so many schizos in this game?
That would be me. Sparkling justice.
Oh my god, and she's even got the fucking keyboard emotes in her text.
Now then, let's execute justice.
I love this.
What? What the fuck?
Peko, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
God, she really is just serial killer Godfrey.
What's going on? What's this? Chill.
Peko finally snapped!
Everyone, please be careful! Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be...
Ally of justice?
So that's why you're wearing a mask!
This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
The heck is this? Yeah, what even fucking is this, man? I felt like this trial was gonna be pretty cut and dry, like, you know. Peko was working for Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko had a grudge against Mahiru, and then he got Peko to kill her, but like... Holy shit, man, I thought Nagito was the only crazy one of the group. Peko is the killer? Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events.
And of course Monica was asleep. Of course he is.
Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping.
But you know what it is time for? It's time for the episode to end. Thank you all so much for watching. I think this is a good ending point. Next time on Danganronpa 2, we're going to go more into Peko and her justice, I guess. It really feels like this trial is at its end. It's just, we gotta go through Peko's schizo attack. Yay! At least it's not Nagito this time. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!